The before the interview is just as important as the interview itself. Join us to learn more about using the STAR response format as an interview tactic. Employers value technical skills of employees, but transferable skills are just as important. The STAR response method is a technique for responding to open-ended questions to focus the interviewer on skills that demonstrate critical thinking, problem solving, and situations that showcase leadership skills, conflict resolution, and performance. Interviewers often ask these types of questions under the pressure of an interview to predict the future behavior on the actual job. Or to share experiences. Situation. You're going to describe the situation that you were in or the task that was needed to be accomplished. You're going to describe a specific event, not a generalized description of what you've done in the past. Be sure to give enough detail for the interviewer to understand exactly what you were doing. This situation may be from a previous job, a volunteer experience, or any relevant event. The task is the actual goal that you are working towards. With your actions, you want to describe the actions that you took to address the situation with an appropriate amount of detail that keeps the focus on you. What specific steps did you take and what was your contribution? Be careful you don't describe what the team or group did when talking about a project, but what you actually did. You should be using the word I, not we, when describing these actions. With your result, you want to describe the outcome of the actions. And don't be shy about taking credit for your behavior. What happened? How did the event end? What did you accomplish? What did you learn? Make sure your answer contains positive results. The STAR response method is meant to be a guide. It provides elements that you can move around to fit a situation. When you use the STAR method to prepare your response or to describe a situation, it's easier to manipulate the pieces. It's all about preparation. It's a format, not a requirement. When you're getting ready for your interviews to use the STAR method, you want to recall examples of situations that show favorable behaviors and actions. Be specific. Write down situations that you've handled in your professional history that display strengths in project planning, work experience, leadership, collaboration, and initiative, or other skills that will help you succeed in roles and that will address some of the most common behavioral interview questions. Be sure that each story has a middle, a beginning, and an end. In other words, be ready to describe the situation, your action, and the outcome or result. You want to highlight those transferable skills that you have. The top 5 mentioned sought after skills are problem solving, effective communication skills, leadership, drive, and adaptability and flexibility. Other skills may include researchability, creativity, integrity, collaboration, dependability, and conflict resolution. Try to use examples and situations that are going to highlight transferable skills in addition to technical skills that you bring to the table. STAR response method to demonstrate these transferable skills within situations. Remember, use the example to demonstrate specifics. This example may be used repeatedly, but you can use it to show different skills, abilities, or outcomes. For example, some of those situations may be an accomplishment that you achieved, a challenge that you overcame, a mistake that you learned from, a time you went above and beyond what was expected, or a time that you resolved a conflict successfully within your professional abilities. Preparing your STAR examples, you want to think of a couple of key details. Have at least 3 examples ready that you can share without any pauses or stumbles in thought. How can each of those situations be manipulated to answer a question or show different skills? Employers also love metrics. Quantify your work with numbers whenever possible, with specific outcomes that are measurable in some way. Practice talking through your answers out loud so that each story is concise and you know exactly what you plan on saying. Let's meet our candidate for interview.
Hi, I'm Mayla. I am a senior marketing and communications major at a large university. I have some internship experience. Last summer I had an internship with the Walt Disney Company through UNCF and their partnership with Disney. Working with UNCF helped me with my professional development focus. I worked at building a strong foundation in relationship building and market strategy through both leadership and hands-on experience. I was able to focus on developing market research and client-based strategies. I am also a National Sales Network Student Ambassador, Vice President of Alumni Relations for Beta Gamma Sigma, and member of the Scholars Liaison Board.
I have a couple of questions. Can you share something that makes you unique?
I have an ability to handle high-pressure situations while collaborating with colleagues. During my internship, I was part of a team responsible for delivering research used to develop quarterly reports that were key for making strategic decisions. I organized data collection and improved communication between departments, demonstrating efficient data analysis methods. This led to increased efficiency and accurate report development, also allowing early report
Thanks,
submission.
Mila. That's really great to know. Mila shared a specific example. She gave us the situation, the task, the approach that she took, and what the results came about. Hiring managers want those skills and experience. This is where you're going to hit them with those specific numbers. Give them those examples they're looking for. Your strengths with the board.
As Vice President of Alumni Relations for Beta Gamma Sigma, I led challenging projects, collaborating with diverse teams to not only meet but exceed our objectives. By cultivating an inclusive atmosphere and promoting collaboration, coupled with strategic planning, I consistently achieved results that surpassed expectations. I have built alumni support and significantly contributed to the organization's growth and reach. I am enthusiastic about bringing these skills and experiences to your operations.
Thanks, Mila. Mila used specific examples to show the strengths that she'll bring to the team. She showed what her talent was. She didn't just talk about being able to collaborate with different individuals. She also shared the situation, the task, the approach, and reach with her results, but it wasn't in a set format. She was able to move pieces around to best give her response. Great job, Mila. Preparation and practice are key. Have your examples ready before the interview. Thanks for watching.